Hi Pisces, here's a general look at your solar chart for October 2011. Now this is an important gear shifting change for you. It's a time of transformation in certain ways, and some of you will probably be feeling a little tentative as you move forward, but self-protective or just protective, you need to be gauging where your priorities are as you move forward. So you'll be listening very much to your intuition, so you should be at this time. At the moment, over particularly the first half of October, we are picking up an awful lot on the vibration of the Saturn cycle, which is a much longer cycle than the Sun. Saturn takes about 2.5 years to go through a sign, and the Sun takes 1 month to go through a sign. So it just is that over October, the first part of October, up until just past the middle of October, we're running parallel with Saturn in with some of the aspects. So it means that this is going to amplify the aspects of the longer Saturn cycle, which isn't coming out of this part of your solar chart until autumn next year. And what part is that? Well, you may have heard me speak before about this. This Saturn cycle at the moment is keeping you tied or under a certain amount of control related to somebody else's money, somebody else's property, somebody else's rules, regulations, another kind of a contract or an agreement that you've made, or in fact you can be making a new contract or agreement, but still it's a reciprocal, you scratch my back, I scratch yours arrangement, and that can be working very well for you, but sometimes you might feel a little bit squished and a little bit claustrophobic within that, and so there might be aspects of it that you'd like to change, and maybe you can't be head on with that change, so you have to work around it. It would be helpful if you gradually developed a resource or a lifestyle which was free and clear and independent of a partner's or associate's say-so or outside agency's control, or at least partly in the area where it's feeling uncomfortable for you, and then you gain more of an independence and a freedom for yourself. So this is going to be emphasized in the early part of around about half of October. You'll be slowly shifting your priorities, changing old habits and attitudes. Could be getting on with, because it's a transformational situation, could be getting on with thinking more deeply about things, but at the same time externally decluttering, letting go of certain things. I mean, there could be physical stuff, but also it can be emotional stuff, developing a deeper understanding maybe of yourself or where somebody else is coming from, also developing a deeper understanding of other dimensions, taboo areas, or the other side, as it were, the occult, that sort of thing, and being very consistent at working on increasing an understanding and building an understanding and a sort of a almost like a database of, through research or investigation or just experience in these lesser known, sort of quite hidden areas to do with the occult, the other side, psychic work, also what underpins us all emotionally. So that's your own baggage, and we've all got it, but also maybe other people's as well, and having more of an appreciation of that. So this is going to be lit up. Aspects of all of that long Saturn cycle is going to be lit up in the first part, just past the first part of October. And in October you'll probably be considering what's good for other people, treading carefully with certain people, but until the 9th there will be influences around which help you out materially and probably emotionally too, and for some things could get more intense or passionate in close relationships. Now this can be, you know, in a romantic sense, but also it doesn't have to be like that. It can be to do with a business relationship, a family relationship. There's just a more of an emotional feel for you during this month, and a certain connection with another could touch you quite deeply, because, you know, you really feel that you care for whatever the reason is. But remember, this is about gear changing, this is about transformation. Until the 13th, discussions and ponderings may be around property, finances, or investigations and research, you know, keeping your ear to the ground, listening, watching and listening for what's new on the block. Great time for picking up little tidbits of information, also picking up the vibe, reading between the lines of what's going on. So very much let your body, mind be your guide, your intuition, your gut intuition be your guide. And from the 9th, places and faces at a distance may be very welcoming, beckoning even, maybe appealing to you more than usual, and it's likely that enjoyable contacts, friendly contacts, friendships actually, could revolve around travel or a foreign culture or an educational type environment as well. From the 13th, your mind won't be so inward, it won't be so preoccupied with financial things and emotional things, or even sort of psychic type things, or shared material resources and the like, because you'll start thinking more outwardly, and you'll just start getting things into focus and into perspective then. Mars, all month, is going to be energizing a very practical, down-to-earth working area for you. You'll very much want to be rolling up your sleeves and be extra busy with practical daily tasks and the to-do list, Pisces, which may involve much physical effort, as a matter of fact, to get things organized in the way you like. You'll be more inclined to strive through the sweat of your brow to get things how you want them to be. Also, there could be some male energy around you, working male energy, service providers or people who are helping you out. A little bit of a clamour around you. It's possible it can work that way with Mars here. Maintenance or repairs could be on your mind or on the list. Sorting out a working space maybe. Having more interaction with service providers on that account as well. Mars could also activate health issues, your own, somebody else's, but just in case it is to do with you, and it doesn't have to be, of course, you should pace yourself. Don't suddenly lift something, crookedly. It could be just one small moment that puts you back out. Or whatever it is. So just pace yourself during this phase, when you may be tempted to overstretch your energies, juggling many things. And this phase, by the way, goes on until November the 11th. Now, you may take steps to maintain or improve standards or routines related to health and fitness, your own or for others that you care about. Comfort, diet, exercise, that kind of thing, or in fact any other aspect of your existence which might help with the smooth running of things or help you or others feel better. Collaborations at the moment can be productive and energetic. You and someone can do business together. And however, there could be occasionally a difference of opinion or a conflict of interest. So maybe sometimes you just have to agree to disagree. From the 23rd, there is a more adventurous vibration when you get the urge to escape from the daily grind and immerse yourself into something which refreshes your spirit. It really does, turn your head, or rather helps you escape in a way, because you're so absorbed into with all of this new information flooding in. The new moon On October the 26th, we'll open the way for a growth spurt over the subsequent month. That's from the 26th. So time for some exploration and adventure, Pisces. Now, the slower moving planets, Jupiter until next June will be opening new doors into contacts and influences which could expand your world, enlighten, educate you to a bigger picture, and that's until next June. It bodes very well for getting on with siblings better, or soul brothers and sisters. It doesn't necessarily have to be blood siblings. You learning lots of new stuff. You're getting to know the ropes on something, getting the eagle eye view. Great time for studying something, being very much a student, going on a course, but also for you being the teacher, you being the guide, you being the advisor, and also developing your speaking skills, your writing skills, or any other medium of self-expression. A very good time to be doing that with this very expansive energy in this communications and education area of your chart. Exploring a broader territory or researching fresh ways to spread the word on something. Jupiter will very much enhance and help that, and Jupiter only comes around here once every 12 years, so tap that energy if you're interested. And there may be new possibilities if you look to expand in the use of communication techniques like I'm doing here, phone lines, satellites, GEOS or whatever they are, GPS, I mean all of, the whole of the telecommunications area, the information technology area, IT area, and getting out maybe to, putting out a word or a message to a wider public, but also raking it in from a wider area, so cast your nets wide in the area of education, communications, and the main thing to remember is you should learn from feedback, source your information wisely, and develop skill with any medium of self-expression. Uranus will gradually be changing the way you earn your money over the next 6+ years, and it could bring sudden changes and reversals every now and again. You just need to keep flexible and open-minded, maybe even a bit eccentric and unconventional and quirky in the way you do earn your money. It could be a revolution in your thinking that gets you on the right track towards your eventual material security. But very much this is an experimental energy, and if you're connecting in with technology, or anything to do with the internet, or anything to do with alternative complementary area, or the eco area, then you should do quite well with anything which is at the cutting edge of thinking anyway. I mean, I've given a few examples there, but I expect you know a whole load more. Also working with groups of people, actually large groups of people, that can also be a money earner for you. And very much working towards a common goal which will maybe help everybody just a little bit, across the planet. That would be the ideal. Now your ruling planet Neptune has gone back into the back end of Aquarius for a little while. That's until next February, and once again giving you invisible support from the realms beyond, and helping you perhaps to be the bridge for others, to be the facilitator for others, to work in a compassionate kind of a way before it finally comes into your sign, and it starts working even more strongly, triggering your natural empathy, which it will be doing now as well. And you Pisceans born in just the first day or the first degree of Pisces rising will be feeling this vibration most of this month. And over many years, Pluto is quietly working away in the background, evolving your consciousness through group involvements. It's a very positive aspect to your sun sign, and it means that the collective in some way could have a powerful effect on you, or vice versa. You indeed could have a powerful effect on the collective in some way through maybe a group or a society or a club. Yes, in some way, and old friendships and associations will gradually be replaced by new ones. There's a death rebirth feeling here to do with that, and very much you could be learning to be a cog in the wheel, a team player, but you're not losing your own unique take on things, Pisces. And you Pisceans born February the 21st to the 26th, or between 2 to 7 degrees of Pisces rising, going to feel this vibration most strongly this month. And that's it for October. If you know your rising sign, listen to that too. Also your moon sign, have a go at listening to that and seeing what fits and what doesn't, and it'll add to or subtract from what I've said here. And I'll see you the next time.